Okay, folks, I greet you, and you know it already. It's the first day of March, so march with us into the month of March. Welcome. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Today on the program, South governors back President Tinubu's executive order on direct oil revenue remittance. ADC rejects new 2027 election timetable by INEC. And later on, we'll share this with you. Nigeria calls for de-escalation and restraint in the Gulf region over U.S.-Israel attacks on Iran. Well, I'm hanging out with the one, the only Babajide Kolade Otitoju. We are reaching him electronically. But right here at the hangout will be gentleman Dotun Oladikpo. Dotun, I greet you. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Citizens Jones, and good afternoon to our viewers.
Yeah. BKO, are you there? All right. We'll team up with BKO when the time comes. So the team is ready. I hope you are. All right. Welcome. Our first story. You know, for singer and musician Ilerioluwa Ladimeji Aloba, a.k.a. Mohbad, resting in peace is a work in progress. And for his surviving son, Liam, not only is he facing paternity issues, he's a long, long way from home. A court has picked 3 DNA laboratories abroad, 2 in the UK, 1 in the US, in order that his true paternity can be ascertained. The matter has been adjourned to April the 7th for collection of samples. We recall that we are our father's children because our mothers say so, right, Doctor?
No, it's not because our mothers say so only.
Okay.
In this case especially, what the family wants, or no, what the father wants, that's Mohbad's father now, is
the grandfather of the boy.
The grandfather of the boy, yes, is to establish the paternity of Liam. He says that's the only condition on which he's going to allow for the burial to take place. But this is well over 2 years since this young man died. And the meaning being read into all of this is that this grandfather is not just battling or for the sake of it to ensure that this boy is his son's son. A lot of people feel he's doing it more because of what Mohbad left behind.
The father,
Liam's
father's estate.
Yes, so to say, though he doesn't have what we can call an estate in that sense. But 2 years after, and you are still going around without your son buried, a lot of people find that very, very distasteful. Very, very distasteful. Because even if you want to prove that this young man is truly my grandson, there are certain things you have done along the way that people are beginning to question. You want to take over his house? You are already wearing his clothes, saying they should bring you a jeep that people are saying they are not sure even exists, and then you are holding that burial from taking place till now. And
so there must be more to it.
More to it. That's what people are saying. But like I said, I don't see any estate that Mohbad left behind.
There's an estate all the same.
Yes, I mean,
may not be prominent,
something
or pronounced.
That it's worth fighting over. If it's something that is worth fighting over, I'll say, okay, fine. And then not even for a father wanting to inherit his son. Not even in this part of the world is it permissible for you to be fighting over your son's property.
Doctor, a father's prayer in this part of the
Yes.
world is for the son or daughter to bury him.
To
or
bury
her.
him, yes.
That's it.
That's what everybody prays
Oh,
for.
yeah.
But that's why a lot of people are saying this is more than meets the eye. And then to the wife also. When initially all of this process started, this thing wouldn't have dragged this long if she had said, I'm so sure this is this young man's son. Let's go for a DNA. At some point, she was stalling. And I don't know whether it is out of fear or whatever. Somebody will say, okay, let's go and do this DNA in this particular place. They will say, no,
Sorry,
we don't want to.
Not that I know, but let me tease you.
Yes.
When Liam was born, Mohbad had not passed.
No, he hadn't. He was young.
So
Liam was young.
So Liam was at that time a bona fide son
Yes.
of Mohbad.
Yes. Until
did-
the father stepped in and said he's not sure of that of this paternity. So in Nigeria here, they do DNA test.
The song says, if you ask me now, who I go ask?
They do DNA tests in Nigeria. So why are we going to this extent? Now they've chosen 3. Samples will only be collected in Nigeria, but taken abroad, which is what a lot of hospitals do anyway. They take it here, send to either the US or to South Africa. So let's see how this pans out.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because I'm worried.
Okay,
I'm worried.
let's turn things over to the gentleman I refer to as the team leader. BKO, are you ready for us now? We can come up. Okay, we are not quite ready to take BKO.
BKO, yeah.
So, yeah, when the samples leave Nigeria to the UK and the US,
Or even South Africa, anywhere it goes. Because
in this case, 2 UK, 1 US. So if the result comes, will the father be persuaded?
It won't have a choice because that's the only thing is claiming now. You recall at the onset of all of this,
but
even the police, even the police
stepped
said
in.
it had a DNA result.
Okay.
Till now, we don't know what that thing contains. Till now, even at the onset, when all of these things,
So
became...
these problems, Dotun, are man-made.
They are man-made. And the other part of it, in all of it, is this. While the issue of the DNA has become the focus now, we are forgetting that we have not established concretely how this young man died. Nobody has given a firm ruling. Nobody has been held accountable for his death. We only knew there was a nurse who was said to have given a wrong injection. We heard about that. We had stories of there was a fight somewhere. Those who were involved in the fight, what happened? We heard of the wife, Wumi, hiding facts from the police and the family. So many things. All of that we have abandoned. And we are now pursuing just.
It is proper and it's more like a ritual. When somebody passes, you pray, may he live in peace. May he rest in peace.
So, yeah.
You think Mohbad's soul can rest at this
I
rate?
think the soul is gone. What we are just fighting for here is the body. I know that young man must be pleased with himself because reports after his death showed that his songs became instant hits. Though they were hits, some of them were hits before he died, but all of them went...
But you know, those will attract royalties.
Yes, and that's why I said the only thing the family can be fighting for now will be the royalties, which anyway can be huge.
Oh yeah,
this is
if the song is popular.
Yeah. Very poor. All of them went. I didn't know him, for instance, until he died. My daughter called my attention to his song. And I said, oh, Indeed.
9 player.
even Naira Marley,
Yeah.
who was then in the face of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I also didn't know him so well. Yes, I heard about Naira Marley during COVID.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when Mohbad died, it became
Yeah.
closer in terms of, okay, this man truly sings. That was when I knew.
Okay. All right. Our man, BKO, is ready.
Okay.
So, BKO, greetings. I trust you are enjoying your moments outside of town. Welcome. You know the story we are broaching. Good afternoon.
Yes, I desperately want closure on this Mohbad matter. But this boy died in September 2023. His remains were exhumed so that the pathologist can work on his remains. And up till now, the boy has not been reburied. It was said that he was buried in a hurry and his organs had been compromised.
Oh, yeah.
To the point that the pathologist couldn't draw
a conclusion,
a significant conclusion,
yeah,
about what killed him. But at least from the initial police report, we know that some quack nurse administered some injection and other drugs that even worsened this case.
That's
at that
it.
time. But there has been this back and forth between his dad and his widow. And his widow has not really submitted to a DNA testing to ascertain if indeed the boy Liam belongs to Mohbad. But hopefully now, having chosen to do it in UK and
the US,
2 tests in UK and 1 in the US.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can have closure on that particular matter, so that it can be buried and we can rest in peace. For now, he's not been allowed to rest in peace, and it's really so bad.
Yeah.
So I hope that Mohbad's dad and the widow would now play by the rules and allow this test to happen, because the family, especially the father, is desperate to have this test done so that we can have closure. So that's where we are. I hope that those tests will happen sooner than later, so that the whole matter can be put to bed.
That's it. Thank you, BKO. You know, our colleague here, Dotun, does not seem to be in agreement with the statement I made earlier on, BKO, that we are our father's children because our mothers said so. Don't forget, in years and years gone past, there was the DNA was not here, and so it was presumed the woman knew the son and who fathered the son. You understand me, BKO?
But increasingly in our country, we are seeing a lot more illegitimate children than was the case during the time of our parents. Yes, so there are far more illegitimate children now than before.
Okay.
And if someone has any reason to doubt a child's paternity, for God's sake, let a test be conducted.
Yes,
there are people who have 4 kids, and none of those kids were actually fathered by them.
Okay, I see where Dr. is coming from. Yeah, okay.
So it's important that the test is done so that everyone can then go and rest.
Yeah. And allow the man's soul to find eternal rest.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, BKO. You know, let's go to our next story. Perhaps